trending. Of course, they are through to the, is it semi-finals or some finals?
Okay. I wouldn't know that.
They're through to the finals of the Carabao Cup. Yes, yesterday they beat Arsenal, and I'm excited about that. After beating us 5-1. If we get you for Etihad, you will understand. It's okay. Isaac is trending, Butler is trending, Ronaldo is trending, John Dumelo would definitely be trending, Wiggins is trending, GOAT, Warriors, Arsenal, Lakers, Leganes, Messi, Hajj trending. You know, the fee for Hajj has been subsidized. So I think it was first 75,000 and now it is 62,000. If I get that correctly. Anthony Gordon is trending, Leverkusen is trending, Saliba is trending, US, the conversation is on. Abu Jinapo, I heard, I think, forgotten his name, but he's worldwide in charge of, AIDS here in Ghana. And he's saying that, Charlie, we need to act very, very fast. If not, even getting the drug, would be very, very difficult.
Yes.
And
because that's what USA does.
Yes, funding. So.
And when we have, all these pandemics and what have you, they are like, major supporters of these things. Now, unfortunately for us, I'm not going to say fortunately or unfortunately for us, if we don't take actions now, and we've heard of even something as simple as cholera could kill millions of people in Africa, Ghana or wherever, because of these supports that are going to be taken away from us. So I think this is time. It's really time for Africa to do the needful.
Abu Jinapo is also trending. Havertz is trending. Ma Lydia, is that going to be a shade to her?
What do you do?
I don't understand. But I'll go get into agriculture trending, Raya trending, 4 MPs. Yes, we do know.
Yeah.
The suspension ban has been lifted.
They were in Parliament yesterday doing the Lord's work.
You see, and I don't know, but if someone says that the Speaker has no jurisdiction, he has no this, he has no this, to me the Speaker has power, because look at what he just did. He said suspension, and see the way everyone was agitated towards the suspension. And now he's lifted the suspension, so he has power. So you cannot stand there and tell me that
they are just
standing orders and this and that and that. Come on.
And you see, and this is the problem, right? When we have normalized mediocrity, right? Once you see someone come up to correct that, it's almost as if you're doing the unusual. You're doing the unwarranted, because everybody will come and cower in themselves. Just cover to some of these things. They will not talk. They will leave it where it is. But he's not one to. He's been in Parliament longer than some of us have lived on Earth. He doesn't have time for that.
All right, happy 40th. I know this would be in relation to Ronaldo. He's 40 years. Interesting.
A football age, and that's now 40 years. Can you still be playing football when you're 40?
He's fit.
Ronaldo.
That's Ronaldo for you, because you go to Ronaldo's house, every player that has gone to Ronaldo's house has complained. You wouldn't want to get an invitation from Ronaldo to get to his house.
Why?
Because you get there and you'll be eating broccoli and some things. There's no meat. There's nothing like Coke, Fanta, those things is cut off. And when you are done too, you go and stay in ice. Yeah, your whole body will enter ice. That's Ronaldo for you. So he's fit.
Don't call me into your house.
Sweet tooth. It's not gonna work. Hendrik, Memphis Depay is trending. So first of all, I'll leave the deputy ministers because I know definitely Augustine will touch a bit on that. But you wanted to know why Ma Lydia is trending. Yep. So let's get into that now. Okay. Oh, really? Today marks exactly 3 years?
Oh, wow.
Christian Atsu lost his life in the Turkey earthquake tragedy? Oof. May he so rest in perfect peace. Akusua Nyamewa says, Press Secretary to the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. She is looking exquisite, smart, and excited. When God blessings locate you, no man can stand it. That is Mame Amaprat. Yes, I think she had an interview yesterday.
I love this for her.
Okay, the New Testament informant says this is the justification they give for calling Ma Lydia a bloody widow, and they were asked to apologize. Apparently, they can't even a quarter of what they dish out. Okay, you want us to get into that?
Yeah.
The meaning of bloody widow, when you go to Google and under English, tells you that a woman whose husband has died and who has not married again. Fishing, football, golf widow, informal, humorous, a woman whose partner is often not at home because he or she is fishing or playing football. The meaning of bloody...
Okay.
So they were reluctant on apologizing for calling her bloody widow. The idea or the understanding people got was that they're disrespecting her, they're calling her. I mean, why are you getting into politics all of a sudden because your husband died? You should be sitting aside. And those were conversations that came up. But then, was it 2 days ago, in same parliament, which is very unfortunate, another person who, by the way, was still looking for who, because Abuja said he's not the one who called...
I think a lot of MPs have been attributed... the voice, this is why technology works. So we should be able to detect whose voice was that.
And let me say this.
And I'm not trying to say that anyone who was around the person could not... Nobody wants you...
I think it's very cowardish of them. Very... Whoever said a thing is a coward.
Who said
you cannot... You cannot tell. You cannot come out and say, I'm the one that called her a murderous daughter. You cannot say it. You can't. You can't come out. We're calling names. We've called how many names that they are the ones that everybody's denying. Yeah. So the person who said it says what? They cannot come out and say it. Then in the same parliament, we have people using AI to change things happening on people's phones. Like, what's going on? Well, how many days? 3 days. 3 days in Parliament. This 2025 Parliament will just be... This 9th Parliament, it will just be very interesting. But I think security in Parliament should be, tightened up. The posture of the Speaker of Parliament, I love, because he's keeping people in check, but that should be beefed up too. Because they're using Parliament to misbehave, do what they like, and act like nobody can touch me. Yeah. And when you touch me, I'm going to use the Constitution against you. I think we can do better. Because why are you in Parliament talking about someone being a murderous daughter? Like, I mean, and you can't even come out and say that I'm the one who said it. And I said it because of this. You don't...
Okay, so with regards to the video we just, watched, Akila Kwabna says, and it was explained by a woman.
Yeah.
The New Testament informant says, yeah, sadly. Noel Travis says, women are their own enemies for sure. Do you still agree in that?
No.
You don't? Okay.
I think that what this woman did in this video was try to explain the actual meaning.
Of bloody widow.
And that's why I keep telling people that if you have time on your hands, watch Candace. On YouTube. The actual meanings to some of the things that we have demoralized, some of the words that we have made look so bad. The actual meanings to them. But because society has made it look so bad, now it's a taboo to use them, And so I think we should look into using words for what they actually are, not what society has tended to be.
Okay. All right. So... Ma Lydia definitely trending. Abuja Napoli, we wouldn't get into that. No. USAID, Saliba, Leverkusen, Anthony. And yes, when it comes to later on, we'll get into some sports updates as well.
Absolutely. Now let's move straight to our stories for this morning. Augustine Kobe to Saint will be taking us through that.
a brand new Thursday here on the AM Club. Good morning and welcome to the morning news on the AM Club. My name is Augustine Adam Kovity Saint, coming to serve you hot, what's trending in the world of news, politics, and everything in between. Good morning.
Wow.
It reminds
me. For me. Come to say what? Hot.
There's a watch seller called Madam Hot.
Oh.
Yeah. Or a friend is side or atomic.
What's the answer? My baby domain.
Until I was stretching.
I'll look for
Madam Hot. Or I can't also pay Madam Hot.
Watching the whole
Oh yeah. Hot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mr. Hot.
So you are coming to serve us hot. Okay.
Because I see there's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening. Let's first start off with presidency, where the final list of ministers or ministerial appointments has come. Deputy ministers, 13 making the complete number of 60. Some names we expected to hear are in there, like Honorable Suhini is in there, Honorable Gisela Tete is also in there. We've also seen Ayawaso West MP, John Dumelo. Yeah. His name has also been mentioned. People are somewhat concerned about his appointment, given the fact that it's his first time in Parliament. It's going to take a while for him to understand the rubrics of Parliament and then understand what it means or what it takes to be a minister to an extent of even being a deputy minister. That's more or less like a shadow ministry, a shadow minister. But it's still, you will still need to make appearances, you still need to make statements, you still need to go for meetings, understand policy, how policies are made, how policies are implemented and all of that. So people are quite concerned, but a lot of people are also happy given the fact that he is experienced. He is one of the young, successful farmers we can, mention when it comes to that sector. So people are also happy in that regard. But yeah.
Wait, Augustine, did you say 13 deputy
13 deputy ministers.
And the ministers are how many? 23?
Yeah, so some ministers wouldn't have deputies.
Wouldn't have deputies, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to make the 60, some ministries are going to have deputies, some wouldn't have.
Don't have, yeah.
No, but if we do the 23 and the 13, we don't get the 60.
Oh,
wow. Right.
That's 56, so 4 more.
Four more, but
4 more.
Like what we're trying to establish is that not all the ministers are going to have deputies.
Yeah, we do know.
Yeah.
But anyways.
No,
you know what is happening right now. I'm not the only one who is doing all these maths. Ghanaians are doing it. Just because we need to keep every word, we're going to take it for it.
True.
So yeah.
True.
So if you haven't heard the name of your family member in the ministers, please, I can't for pay.
But she was asking me yesterday if I know anyone inside. I said I should go and do family history and look for someone.
Family tree.
Yes, because but also with the presidency, you remember January 1st, Republic holiday. It was taking it was scrapped off. So July 1st,
July 1st. I was
July 1st. Because I read from your...
Were you born in January?
No. I'm a May born. But so President Dramani Mahama, during his thank you in the Western region, says, you know what, he's going to reinstate July 1st as a public holiday. He gave reasons why. We would get into that when we listen to him in the video. But it raises the question of continuity for me, in a sense that if a government comes and then scraps off a holiday, this one comes and also reinstates it, what is the pattern going to be like?
I think that for all the leaders that take the leadership role in this country should focus on their focus.
Okay.
The misguided priorities are a little bit too much.
Too much.
What does it matter whether a holiday is there or not? Haven't we functioned the past 8 years without the 1st July? That's number one. Again, number two is in his favor. The purposes of 1st July, and which is, by the way, what I have seen on social media, if that's what he said, fair enough, is, to make the 1st July a public holiday for worship and praising God or praying to God on that day. That purpose is good.
Right.
It's good though. But if you're using the Christian world, then other religions, how do they benefit from this? So they need to holistically
look at it.
Touch on the issue properly. So if that's even anything to say, right? They should properly explain to us what these holidays mean to them. For me as a Christian, I'll be really excited because then, we have time to specifically, put this day down that we're praising God or we're worshiping God for the sake of this country, right? But then again, there are other religions that live in this country. What are they going to be doing on the day? Right? And also, what does it matter to bring back a holiday? How significant is it to resetting this country? So I feel like, we should prioritize, the most important things. And when we had a conversation on Voting Voices with the young people, one thing they said that stood out for me is, listen, we get your policies, we get the things you promised, during the campaign. But one of the things that will be important is to focus on the things that bother this country. Fix them, then you can go back to your policies you said you were going to implement, or the things you promised during your campaign. But let's get into our stories.
I think I have a comment before we go. I don't know, but he also did promise that he was going to give a holiday to Eid al-Fitr. So if it's religion-wise, I don't know whether he put it as part of his campaign.
Yeah.
So if it's part of his campaign, then definitely he has to fulfill his promise.
Is Eid al-Fitr not already a holiday?
Well, he's adding one.
One more.
The thing, if it happens on Friday, the whole weekend to Monday, we have it as holiday.
He's adding one. It is a Christians benya back one.
Muslims
in the tradition,
Let's get into our stories for the morning and begin off with the presidency, where President John Dramani Mahama has appointed Justice Shrimsai as Deputy Minister for Attorney General and Justice. Now, additionally, John Dumelo has been named the Deputy Minister Designate for Agriculture. Now, these appointments were announced by Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, the spokesperson for the president, yesterday. Now, let's run you through the list of persons on the list released by the presidency. Now, the president released the list earlier yesterday and had the names of John Dumelo tipped to lead the Agriculture Ministry as Deputy Minister for Agriculture, and also Justice Shrimsai, who has been tipped as the Deputy Minister Designate for Attorney General and Justice. Dramani Mahama names 13 deputy ministerial nominees. Thomas Nyako Ampim, Deputy Minister for Finance Designate. Ebenezer Oklete Telabi, Deputy Minister for Interior. Enes Boga Jemfi, Deputy Minister for Defense Designate. Clement Abbas Apak, Deputy Minister for Education Designate. Richard Jan Mensah, Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition Designate. Alhassan Saibu Suhini, Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways. Justice Shrimsai, Deputy Minister for Justice and Attorney General. Yusuf Sulemana, Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Rita Odele Soa, Deputy Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Gisela Tete Agbotui, Deputy Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources. Yusuf Isaka Jaja, Deputy Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts. John Kofi Seto Dumelo, Deputy Minister for Foods and Agriculture. And Samson Ahin, Deputy Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. And that is the names of 13 deputy ministers released by the president yesterday, tipped to head various government agencies. Now, they will be scheduled to appear before the Parliamentary Appointments Committee for vetting and scrutiny. Now, let's just stay in the presidency. The statutory public holiday, restoring its significance as Republic Day and Senior Citizens Day in Ghana. Speaking during his thank you tour in the Western region on Wednesday, February 5, 2025, President Mahama proposed that July 1st be observed as a national day of prayer and thanksgiving, allowing Ghanaians to reflect and appreciation of progress.
In order that we can restore July 1st as a holiday. In the amendment of the Public Holidays Act, we shall also make provision to fulfill our promise to the Muslim community of an extra holiday to mark the Muslim festival of Eid al-Fitr. Nananum, our chieftaincy institution remains the backbone of our governance and our community leadership. Our chiefs have been custodians of peace, our culture, and development. And in the most challenging times, you have stood firm. Nananum, my brothers and sisters, we will soon present to Parliament amendments to the Public Holidays Act in order that we can restore July 1st as a holiday.
President John Dramani Mahama speaking during his thank you tour in the Western region is expected to continue today in the Central region, particularly in Cape Coast. Now, away from that, let's go to Parliament, where the Member of Parliament for the Damongo constituency, Samuel Abdullahi Jinapo, has dismissed allegations that he verbally attacked the MP for the Korle-Klottey constituency, Dr. Zaneto Agyemang Rawlings, daughter of the late former President Jerry John Rawlings. Now, during parliamentary proceedings on Tuesday, February 4, a male voice was heard shouting unprintable words allegedly against the Member of Parliament. Now, the outburst occurred while Minority Leader Alexander Fenyo-Marking was addressing the House and calling for calm.
Daughter of Madra, sit down. Daughter of Madra, sit down. It's me. That's evidence.
Now, following that incident, social media reports accused Jinapo of making that remark. However, in an interaction with the media on Wednesday, February 5, 2025, he vehemently denied the allegations, describing them as baseless and untrue.
Anybody who has followed my career and followed my involvement in Ghanaian public life will in all modesty attest to the fact that I don't speak in that nature. I don't speak in that manner. The words which are being falsely attributed to me are not words that I will ever use. That's not the way I speak. Secondly, I didn't even know that such words had been uttered. I found that this morning when this trending video was brought to my attention. And what I can say to that is that it's totally false. It cannot be correct. I mean, anybody who's followed my life and career will come to the conclusion that Abu Jinapo will not speak that way. I don't even speak across the aisle when I'm in Parliament. If I have anything to say, I make the effort to catch the speaker's attention, and I say it publicly. So it is totally false. I have huge respect for President Rawlings. Anybody who knows me very well knows that when he was alive, he took a lot of interest in me, and I visited him multiple times. Indeed, when he passed, on this floor in Parliament, the person who read the tribute in honor of the memory of former President Jerry John Rawlings was the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, the then minority leader. I was then a first time, indeed that was the first time I spoke on this floor. I was the one who seconded the minority leader and supported and contributed and eulogized President Rawlings on the floor of Parliament. Hansard will bear me out. When his children set up this foundation for tree planting, I was a guest of honor, and it's on record what I said about former President Rawlings. Indeed, I had a very personal relationship with him. I have a lot of respect for him, and I have a lot of respect for his family, particularly his daughter, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Dr. Zaneto Rawlings, and I will never utter such words. It will not even cross my mind, because as I say, in all humility and modesty as a gentleman, I don't speak in that.
Now, that was Member of Parliament for the Damongo constituency, Samuel Abu Jinapo, refuting claims that he allegedly made. The statement in the viral video screaming at making some unprintable words against the Member of Parliament for the Korle-Klottey constituency, Honorable Zaneto Rawlings. Now, away from that, if you're a pilgrimage, person and an Islam, what this news is for you. Well, the government has announced a reduction in the Hajj pilgrimage fee from 75,000 Ghana cedis onto the previous administration to 62,000 Ghana cedis. Now, this move fulfills President John Dramani Mahama's campaign promise to lower the cost of the pilgrimage, making it more accessible to Ghanaian Muslims. providing an update on the negotiation with Saudi authorities on February 5. The MP for South of the 5-member force called out development plan were just associated with the now the Ghana Service has arrested 2 additional suspects in connection with the violent clashes that erupted during the football match between Iswanchuman FC and the Kumasi Asante Kotoko Football Club. The suspects, identified as Isaac Ofosu and Yeboah Augustine, are currently in police custody assisting with ongoing investigations. The arrest brings the total number of suspects detained in connection with the incident to 5. Authorities have assured the public that intelligence-led operations are still underway to apprehend all individuals responsible for the violence and ensure they face justice. Now let's run you through the statement released by the Ghana Police Service this morning. Now, the Ghana Police Service has arrested 2 more suspects in connection with the violence disturbance that occurred during the football match between Iswanchuman FC and Kumasi Asante Kotoko Football Club. The suspects, Isaac Ofusu and Yeboah Augustine, are currently in police custody, assisting in the ongoing investigations. This brings to 5 the number of suspects so far arrested in connection with the incident, which occurred on the 2nd of February 2025 at Iswatrem in the Bono region. Intelligence-led operation is still underway to get the rest of the perpetrators arrested to face justice. And that is a statement coming in from the Ghana Police Service with regards to the violent clashes that occurred during the Iswanchuman Football Club and the Kumasi-based Asante Kotoko Football Club's match on the 2nd of February 2025. Away from that, investigative journalist and former founding editor-in-chief of the Fourth Estate, Manasseh Azuri-Awuni, has questioned the Minister for the Greater Accra Region, Linda Oklu, against going ahead with a deal between Zoom Lion and chairman of the Jospon Group of Companies, Joseph Sian Ejapong, to collaborate on keeping Accra clean. Now, in a post on X, formerly Twitter, the investigative journalist accused the regional minister of courting corruption and not a solution to tackling sanitation and waste management in the region. He urged the minister to rescind her decision on Jospond and Zoom Lion, calling on Honorable Linda Oklu to read comments shared on the Facebook post about her meeting with Sian Ejapong. Now, for the full read of the details of the statement put out on X, you want to visit mx24.app/voting voices. But just to run you through the statement, let's take you through the first part of the statement. And Linda Oklu is courting corruption, not a solution. Dear Linda Oklu, the Minority Leader of Parliament, Alexander Afenyo-Marking, is widely quoted in media reports as saying that the Appointments Committee of Parliament did not ask you any questions at your vetting because the committee was begged on your behalf. The reason for the begging was that you could not stand scrutiny, so the committee gave you a pass, and Parliament subsequently approved your nomination as the Minister for the Greater Accra Region. Now, if you want to see Accra clean and allow the assemblies to control the people who clean the market and streets, their money is used to pay cleaners, so they should have control. The Assembly Sanitation and Waste Management departments are better equipped with personnel than Zoom Lion's district offices. What they lack is their funds, which the government gives Zoom Lion. Because almost all the money goes to Zoom Lion, the sweepers are not motivated to go out and clean the cities. In the past, Parliament, Harry Naijisu and Dr. Kwabena Donko have raised the issue of Zoom Lion's slave wages to the sweepers. Speaker Gbagwin constituted a committee to investigate this when Dr. Kwabena Donko first read this. As with Zoom Lion investigations, nothing came out of it. By partnering with Zoom Lion, you are courting corruption and not a solution. These are words from investigative journalist Manasseh Azuri. And like I said, for the full details of what he said and why he's making these allegations against Zoom Lion, you want to visit mx24.app/voting voices, where you get the latest with regards to this, get to see the full statement he put out on X. But now let's conclude the news with some story from the Gosu Traditional Council, where it has banned Valentine's Day celebration in the Gosu traditional area ahead of the 1 week's observation of the late paramount chief of Gosu Traditional Council, Nana Kwesi Bosompra.
And I know the Mossack Valentine, so but will be Valentine. You know them.
Boko, Belmum sat, Yabako, hotels, Ahoduano, and I said, Proma Huduo, and Ayina, the Bay de so, yes, Valentine party. The Nanamo can never say, two, several years they were Bontendia, Eddie, Yanudi. Yarago, Sarah, Yara, being on Yarago, Yarago, the minimum to be the other war, and maybe some Valentine party. The Nanamo Valentine party, Nan, the Ansatu, so always do Valentine party, the more than say, the Niabre. But yes, Auntie, as I said, I am a
Cash Media, your most reliable media.
Now, that was a statement by the Goso Traditional Council stating that Valentine's Day, the 14th of February, well, all celebrations related to Valentine in the traditional area have been banned due to the 1 week observation of the late chief of the area. But that's how we wrap up the news on the AM Club this morning. My name is Augustine Adam Kobiti Saint. For more news and updates, remember to visit MX24 News on Instagram or mx24.app/voting voices for the latest news and updates.
Interesting times ahead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very interesting times. It's very into I'm not going to say that again. Arahway by force. You no Valentine's for you. In fact, they should extend it to the whole country. We are all mourning. No Valentine's. Have you seen what people have started doing on social media? Oppressors.
People are receiving pre-vows day surprises.
What I say?
Oppressors rule.
People are wicked. They have no empathy towards the city. No, hey, tomorrow day.
Very together.
Come again.
Mary and Katia, they are that Valentine's Day.
And then I friend Nash.
Yes.
You go Nash.
That day I'm off social media. In fact, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm off social media.
Friday, my social media has been deleted.
Oh boy.
You shall not see my social media.
By Monday, everything is gone. The system has. We are talking politics.
Yeah, by Monday,
the whole conversation
because Sunday they will go and hold each other and say they are going to church.
Yes.
After all the sins they commit on Friday and Saturday. To you, God and I are watching.
Pains.
I know, right? Now we are surprised. Charlie, God, don't disappoint me this Valentine. That Valentine way, oh, I mean, dear. Thank you very much, Kobe, for coming through. We're moving straight to some sports right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Welcome back for us to get into some sports updates right show. Thank you to Betway for holding that. Now, first story. Associate John Anza has commended the police for their dedication to ensuring justice is served regarding the hooliganism incident that marred the matchday 19 fixture of the Ghana Premier League game between Asante Kotoko and Centroman FC. Now, the police have intensified their investigations, leading to 2 new arrests. Mr. John Ansah expresses confidence in the ongoing investigation, highlighting the active role of the police in pursuing all suspects linked to the fatal incident that led to the death of a popular Kotoko fan by name Yao Frimpong, who is widely known as Pole. Now, the arrest came in at the arrest come in the aftermath of a crucial meeting between the Inspector General of Police, IG Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, the Ghana Football Association, GFA, and representatives from Asante Kotoko. Now, away from that into some EPO action. Newcastle United moved a giant step closer, ending a 50-year wait trophy secured the from the face at Wembley as they stand 1 victory away from ending a sequence without major success stretching back to the 1969 triumph in the Inter-Cities First Cup. Into the finals of the Carabao Cup. Now, with 2.4 seconds left, and Aaron Fox scored 24 points in his first game for San Antonio, leading the Spurs to a 126-125 victory over the Atlanta Hawks. Fox arrived from Sacramento in a 3-team trade Sunday. His San Antonio debut as Webenyama new point guard. Now, Webenyama, who also had 24 points, free throw, denying Atlanta the opportunity for an inbounds play. Trae Young, second pointer. Let's get into action.
Young before the Hawks-Spurs match.
Okay, well, that wraps it up for sports updates right here on the AM Club. And we want to say you can 24 app to all the
www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Everybody right here on time
Definitely.
Well,
not there. I am
amazing. You look amazing today.
It was a little bit whole, again.
Morning, Jacob.
And then remember
yes. Yes. Yeah,
me.
Which one did you boo your?
Me.
I tell you.
Hey.
Pick up line.
Hey.
From his wife. Women him. The wife is very nice. You even
yeah. All right. We're moving into stories for the and so about coming. And so I'm so glad that you're here. We're talking about this story. He says he's waiting for appointment from the president.
Because he needs a bit more time to prepare for a ministerial or any form of appointment in the presidency. the presidency is for people who have prepared. I mean, look at John Dumelo. He has been in politics for how many years? Ghanaians didn't even try to give to him when he thought he was ready. It took them how many? 2 terms? You know, for him to... So, you see, it's not about the appointment. It's about your intentions towards the appointment. It's about what you are capable of doing. So if, for instance, we put him in the Ministry of Tourism, what is his expertise he's taking in? What is he taking to the Ministry of Tourism? If we put him in sports, what does he know about sports that he's going to implement over there or make that space better? So it's not about just being appointed because you campaign for a political party. It's about knowing what to go and do there. And that's what I told you when we're talking about the tourism, who will be tipped up for the tourism minister. I told you that it's not about who is going there, it's about what they're going to do. Do they understand what they're going to be doing there? Okay, so he should just chill, take time to be at the backside and learn. Because even Dumelo, that who has used 8 years to, still people are worried about a ministerial appointment. The deputy minister, people are still worried because you see, yesterday I was watching the parliamentary seating, right? And you could see that there are fresh people in the system because they were doing things that were not allowed in parliament constantly. Statements that a member of parliament was going to give, he hadn't given the statement out for anybody to see. So usually those share it out, like I said, everybody will get it. They know what you're going to be saying. It hadn't gone round, and these are the newbies. So you see, there's a lot of education that needs to go into your appointments. If you don't know it, the mistakes that we're making in parliament now, it's going to reflect on the entire country. So it's okay for his desire. Yeah, appointing a me, I'll be okay. Let's see what you go if you do. But for now, what I think he should focus on is to empower himself. He should add value so that when we put him there now, you cannot say that John Dumelo shouldn't be MP. Because while he did homework, while beefing himself up, while adding value, went back to school, beat up his agricultural business. Now everybody can actually see him in the agricultural ministry because he's done what he's added value. What are you taking there? So for me,
all right, so let's get into it. Ghanaian comedian DKB has expressed his aspirations to secure a political position in the current administration, recalling a pivotal meeting with President John Dramani Mahama that significantly impacted his career. DKB shared his humility and surprise when Mahama acknowledged him as his favorite comedian and is now waiting for an appointment, hoping to be remembered by the president. Despite acknowledging his inexperience in politics, DKB remains optimistic, joking that when things settle down, he'll be remembered, referencing one of his comedy skits about the toilet committee. You're not the only one that have opinions, so let's take a look at what some fans have been saying. Someone said, common advert you couldn't do, how much more you manage an agency? Oh. Someone said, Minister of Laughing Affairs. What's Asolapa?
Aswalapa.
What's that?
Jay will explain it.
Okay, so these are some few comments. There are other comments there. Okay, someone said, you didn't support for an appointment, you supported for good governance, and there's no comedy in this era. Wait till any politician entertainment comes on, you'll be in charge of comedies and stage presentation. Ministry of Entertainment. Hey, oh God, that's so much, so much. But that's all you've spoken. I was the Minister of Comedy, Anna. Mahama needs to create a ministry for clowns. Oh no. Why? Why would you say, Ibrahim, I'm coming to your page? Why would you say that? Anyway, we're moving away from that. We've seen how Quad you see some of his videos and it's crazy. Oh, you haven't? Well, I'm going to play one for you, and so if you have to kindly play how he's turned out. It's really sad. It's rather unfortunate. But we have Captain Planet, a member of 4x4, and he actually saw the video and he was touched. And there was a tweet, he actually tweeted saying that, Ghana music industry, what can we do to help him? So he says, Ghana music industry, make we people do something for Okonfo Kwade before it go be too late. But what can we do?
I want to say this, and I say this emphatically. I have a very good friend who was actually a boss, and I worked with him briefly, Hama in Kumasi. He's a TV and radio presenter, also into the whole advertising space. He took Okonfo Kwade up and decided to clean him up and help him. And he was on a journey, and I saw every single one of it, and that didn't turn out well. Wow. Later, some people accuse him of using Okonfo Kwade for money and all sort of things. And as I mean,
you that you're trying to help someone.
So I've seen people show up for him. Still didn't work. I don't know. He has not. He's not been vocal about his challenges with Okonfo Kwade, but he's always said that he's always going to be brother. He's always going to show up for him. He's always going to support him, because all he sees is talents that is being wasted, and he's not going to be on this earth and see that happen, especially for our legends. And I agree for this call to be made. I don't know what we can do to help him, but if Okonfo Kwade died right now, 1 million, and God forbid that, 1 million television stations, radio stations, entertainment pundits will post him.
And play his songs.
And play his songs that they are not willing to play to celebrate him now. So I think that we should move away from what we've been doing and reach out to him. Let's see how we can really help. Because that was just one man who has a family, wife, and children. He was only doing what he could do. Or maybe people should just reach out to Hama and find out what really happened, that he couldn't help him again, so we can pick up from there. Because I think this talent going waste is not the best of things.
It's not the best.
It's not the best.
It's sad, because believe you me, this was a man who, was really solid in the rap game and the rhyming and all of those things growing up. And so it's like, people used to look up to him. It's like, it's really, really sad. But when you say Ghana music industry, like as a collective, the industry, what can we, because if the person is not ready to help himself, actually, you spoke about your friend helping him.
I think that there's also a point where people become vulnerable when they really cannot help themselves, right? And they need someone to tell them that you can do better than this, right? Yes, Hama did his bit, but maybe if a body like Ghana Music, what was that? Is it Gamro, Musica. These organizations, that's what, you see, they're supposed to take care of the welfare of musicians in Ghana. By the way, you're not doing anything. You see, you're not doing anything. You will not do anything to you. We don't want to see when the worst has happened or our greatest fear happens, then they are going to do donations. And they make a continue getting up because I don't see why we cannot do anything about it. Does he have to go to the psychiatric hospital? We have to get him medication. What do we have to do? Who's going to reach out? And there are young musicians who look up to him. Familia, I hear, looks up to him. Charlie, let's do what we can do. Let's do what we can do. Let's find out how we can help. Because clearly, he's still very passionate about music.
About music, yeah.
Clearly, he's very passionate about music. Yeah. Like, this is so sad to watch. This is so sad to watch.
It's really, really sad. Really sad. Today, you talk.
What else do I have to say looking at this? Because I mean, how many times are we going to say, oh, where's Kwade? Then we see him. Anytime we get to see him, even in a state that is not okay, we still get to see him
making music. Yeah.
Every time. This is not the first time this has happened. You get it. You see him doing music. Is it that he's singing his songs? And you could. I remember when there was normally they'll do back-to-back throwbacks. not even with VGMAs, but which is now TGMA, by the way. But maybe anytime there's a DJ playing, you can ask for the DJs. Momsen is here. I mean, if they are going to be playing songs and then they go back and they do a throwback of Kwade, you could actually see the response. Back to back, word for word, people are singing the songs. The lyrics, you get it. So, I don't know. It would be nice that maybe this TGMA or something, last TGMA, they did a back-to-back. We saw Chame Kwame, we saw T-Blaze, we saw Miss Bell coming back. Why don't they get this guy back? And maybe the only therapy would be him doing music.
Yeah.
Get him back to the studio.
Get him back on stage and people singing.
That would heal me.
TGMA is called charity projects today.
No, they have this green earth and all these things.
Their charity project should be quite there for this year. What will happen? They have the resources.
Because at the end of the day, this man entertained us, and like, so why would you
imagine bringing him back on stage for this year's CGM?
Yeah,
that would be beautiful.
Listen, when someone goes into a coma, what would they normally recommend?
They say go and talk to them.
Talk to the person, start saying things that the person, you know, that the person knew how was loved to do, or you know, those kind of things. So maybe his healing is not. Maybe his healing is getting back into the studio. You get it? Or bring him on stage, let him know that his fans, because Kwade is very passionate about his fans. When he sees his fans, you know, getting back to the music and everything, you can see the way he reacts to it. So the healing process might be going back to do music and he knowing very well that there's a community that is backing him towards that.
Yeah.
Manante.
Charlie.
It's sad.
I mean, look at Funny Face. Just yesterday, I saw a video of he and Kwekumenu. And he looks just fine.
He looks fine.
You know, sometimes it's just the struggles of this life and knowing that. And when they say you're lonely at the top, you're genuinely lonely at the top.
Yeah.
So just knowing that there's somebody that is looking out for you to come out of that top and come and be yourself can help you be a better person. I think we can do more for him.
We can do more for him. It's really, really sad. All right. We're going to move on to some international stories. We're going to move on to some international stories, and guess what?
What?
I came to stand here thinking that Wizkid and Don Jazzy would never come back from that beef. They put me to shame. They were hugging yesterday. He'll hug it.
Don Jazzy is like my father. If he goes to fight, please don't go help him fight. Because you'll be third party.
No monkey can separate us. Listen, it's true. You'll be the monkey.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be the monkey. But I'm so happy because this is a legend. This is, should I call it, the other time we talked about gatekeepers. I can keep it.
Yeah, he is. But he's a good gatekeeper.
Yeah. Anyway, so Don Jazzy, Wizkid, hug it up. I am excited because what's more lovely than two people who are doing, in fact, why am I saying doing well? Don Jazzy has done well. He's done it, okay? And Wizkid, you know, and Wizkid who is also, but Wizkid or Pewe Dodo. Why?
We tried that video, and we don't respond in because you see, and I always say.
But you remember what the beef was, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, so Wizkid called him an influencer. Wizkid called,
last year,
yeah. So for, I mean,
was last year.
It was last year.
It was last year. Yeah, beginning of last year. Yeah. Hey,
yeah. So Nigerian musician Wizkid and record label executive Jazz seemingly buried as convinced as evidenced by a recent video showing the sharing a warm hug. The reconciliation comes after a perceived beef between the duo sparked by Wizkid's comment on social media, which many interpreted as a jab at Don Jazzy, labeling him as an influencer. However, with their recent display of affection, it appears that the two music industry heavyweights have put their differences aside. Why would you call Don Jazzy an influencer if you are telling me he did it? It's disrespect. Because this man, this Don Jazzy man, let me tell you, back then,
because he started doing some skits.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. He's all round. He's versatile. Like, let him be himself.
Now, would you get for Don Jazzy to be in your skits?
To be in your skits, because that alone will even blow the video. And through that, this is how skits makers have even.
And you know that was the intention, right? The intention was to use his influence to beat this influence up.
Because he's like, I'm done. You know, I'm building musicians. Then what place needs my help? So he went to do that, and I'm going to be influencer.
He also does it effortlessly.
Yeah.
And because he does how he has fun.
And it's not like when he does it.
I say, I'll try to.
Yeah, you know, there are some people that
he's effortlessly funny.
There are some people that you bring into the whole skit thing, yeah. And it's like you need to direct them. You need to show them, oh, raise your hand, don't do it this way, do your hand this way. So even when they're acting and the skit comes out, you know that no, this thing, we on your actor.
Oh, too much.
Oh,
You get it.
too much, yeah.
But for him, he does it
effortlessly.
And I'm like, why didn't this man start a long time?
Wait.
You get it.
Yeah, I'm on the film. No, he's
There.
Okay, that was a nice scene. The hug. That was and then you should stop that thing. You'll be there now. You come and tag you. Yeah, you come and tag. I like you, boy. I like you, boy.
Oh, let's throw back on that video.
Oh yeah.
Then we throw back on no, because he's a disrespectful child. Let's throw back on Dorobuchi.
Yes. That's his payback.
Find Dorobuchi for us. Let's play it.
Yes.
And shame that child.
Which verse was your favorite Dorobuchi?
They're nice.
Where's Corredo Bello?
Corredo Bello is in the force now. He's serving God and country.
Oh,
first, he was taken as an ambassador for one of the. It's not EFCC. It's one of the Nigerian police force. He was an ambassador for something for a certain project. He's in the force. I know he's serving. The last time I saw him dressed in there.
Oh, nice. What was your favorite Dorobuchi
line?
The verse. Who was your favorite?
Tiwa Savage any day.
Tiwa Savage. Tiwa. My own was Corredo Bello.
That's why I said where's he?
Okay, let's play that.
Okay.
And then I can do that too. I can sing too. I can sing the Dorobuchi too.
You sing it there. Hey. You said you can sing.
No, I said that Tiwa Savage part. Oh. Don't do that. Don't put words in my mouth.
Oh yeah, Dorobuchi. People are saying Dorobuchi was a goddess.
Somewhere.
And hey, Dorobuchi.
You know, I could be rocking those stages, man. You know.
Oh my God.
What's it?
I have to take my leave now.
Okay, see you. Bye-bye. Thank you. God bless you. She needs the papa, right?
Now you need some of the yeah. Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Daphne. You always bring of this out. So we're supposed to be.
Where?
That's
this one. That's when.
Then you top it, you spring a bit of Daphne over there. Bad nation. Don't ever do this. The next time, I do not want this. I don't. When it comes, yeah. In dynamic business environment, it's to achieve it. While we have designed a corporate insurance plan to empower your employees and organizational performance, insurance, your transcends ordinary insurance. The commitment to the future of your company. Our health plans tailored to accommodate the unique needs of companies, offering comprehensive coverage and extensive benefits. Goes task and premiums. We are side to the entire. So please feel free to us on 0151512 or 0393573 so that we can enhance the level of service we at health insurance here for.
To tell us fix to and experience incredible non-expired and those days devices. 50% bonus to mind-blowing existing customers. 100% bonus on every broadband renewal. Keep browsing. To Telcel broadband for office dash to Telcel Play app. So retail get connected. Terms and conditions. Energies. Well, that's a wrap for Daily for today. Of course, Coffee Daily is brought to you kind courtesy Cowbell Coffee. Cowbell Coffee stays here with you every moment. Up next, we get straight into Lifestyle Daily.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute update, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner. Feel good. Feel good. Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles, you were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
dreams. The ones that see no boundaries.
Dreamers take a chance.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Along the
is here to make it a reality. At the Model Institute, we believe every aspiring deserves more than just a dream. They deserve the skills and knowledge to succeed. In partnership with Radford University College, we are transforming modeling education. Our comprehensive one-year covers everything from mastering the runway to understanding contracts, preparing you for the competitive modeling industry. At the end of the course, graduates will be awarded a certificate in modeling, giving you the credentials to stand out. Registration is ongoing. Apply online at www.themodelinstitutegh.com/register. Call us on 04990 or visit us at Radford University College, Lagos Avenue, East Legon. Follow at the Model Institute GH on all social media for updates. The Model Institute, Amat Victoria Kuram. Victory loves preparation. Let's prepare to be the model.
Me can't when I dance and a mommy, I say, Wuko. If you men give you up, no, see, I'm a bomb.
Bro, I want to do my Ghana. If somebody go blah blah, even for the media space right now, go talk your mind right now. They go talk to they go blacklist you. Event organizers self, they go boom balance one.
This was a part of our group. One of the times we feature on 9,010 labs. Fluid, so I called him. So speak to somebody. Where?
Patience is a virtue that carries a lot of weight. Yeah. Always know that you live to fight another day.
I feel say we musicians, one thing we like do, we know how to create. But the business, the other
Me right now, as I stand here, everything is about marketing. If like
the people I was looking up to, these two boys called famous people. Their work looked like they had like they were like 17 people or 20 people.
Long live high school clique. We are more than
High school clique. Don't go nowhere. Silly. Watching me live on High School Click. Don't go nowhere. Silly.
The Bible said that we are not of those who shrink back, but of those who believe to the salvation of the soul. You know, sometimes God wants to use circumstances that when people see, acknowledge, but this man finger. So to him, life meant Christ. Life living for Christ. Life meant serving Christ.
ICGC Evangel Temple presents The Kingdom Culture on X24. This and every Sunday at 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Okay, you're watching MX24 TV, and this your boy Perez Music. Ciao!
Hi guys, how you doing? This is your boy SDK, and I'm here on MX24. It's fun. It's fearless. And it's factual.
What's up, everyone? My name is Adina Thembi, and you're watching MX24. We are fun, fearless, and factual. Get it right.
What's up? My name is Akwabwa, and you guys are watching MX24. Keep watching. I love you.
They say the portion they gave me was unknown. What I will become was never ever told. Now you're watching the beast in me unfold. I'm immortal. Dracula untold. What's up, people? This is your rap goddess, Eno Baroni, and you watching MX24. Keep watching it. One tear say, dead.
Your songbird Jackie. Keep watching MX24.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Last Minute. You watching MX24.
You know what it is upon marriage. If I'm a Jesu, yeah, best I got to big shout out to MX24. Keep watching. It's upon Malians.
Yo, what up? What's up? This be Quasi out there, and keep watching MX24. Keep it locked. Dee-da-dee.
Ink in my hand, I'm vibing. Uber waiting outside. I don't care, I'm still in my towel, dancing in my towel. It's me, your one and only Davi Diva, Black Star Barbie, Feli Nuna, and you're watching MX24. Don't go nowhere, cause Davi Diva Ejeleme says so. Mwah.
Welcome back. back to the AM Club right here on MX24. If you're just joining in, you made the right choice. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. This is the Lifestyle Daily segment of the show. Now, before we get into our conversation this morning, because we're talking love and the benefits of love on your health. Yes, and we're going to be a medical doctor. But to that, to the health insurance that takes precedence, we recommend that you health plan is created to promote the hearing health and happiness and your plans are meticulously tailored to offer comprehensive and competitive health insurance coverage individual small groups. Access to quality is just a phone call away to offering continual health insurance for your families. Say 64550 8603850 health insurance. We say now shop easy smarter with A to Z. Your trusted now live online. We are digital, baby. Yes, we can experience in your home fashion redefine into lifestyle. Simply visit online.com. That is store easy browse, click, and enjoy seamless shopping anytime, any. Find yourself a day. I'm telling you, 10% discount on every purchase you online. You can pay any card, Momo. You can pay with Momo, any card choice. So Master, whatever card you can purchase on the platform. 8 fine. Now, of course, I get into the health earlier.
Me, I didn't know from the like.
But can't you see how healthy and you know, handsome you look ever since you got married?
Hey,
Obi and Kancho.
Maybe I could do Mensa.
You look so handsome, and you see sometimes we do not give credits to our lovers enough. They make our lives easier. I mean, if you see me going in and out of the hospital, maybe you know why. Now you understand. No, in this conversation, we will explore the health benefits of love, delving into how emotional connections, whether romantic, familial, or self-love, can significantly impact mental well-being of individuals. We have Emmanuel Boateng. He's a technologist. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Miriam. Nice to see you guys.
Same here.
Good morning to all your
Same
listeners.
here. We're super happy to have you join us. I was just telling our viewers that I bet a lot of people didn't know that there are health benefits to, you know, being loved, falling in love in the system. People just didn't know. And so today we're going to get into that to throw a bit more light on that. So how does being in a loving relationship impact your overall physical health?
All right. Thank you for the question. And then another good morning again. Greetings to your viewers. I want to say shout outs to workers of Meditech Technologies and then Taifa Polytechnic and most importantly, Footprint School. So let's get into it. Miriam, we would like to lay some foundations with love. It is one of the oldest values that has ever existed in the human race. Christians will tell you that, I mean, the first man to be created, Adam, got Eve. And then when Eve came, said, "Oh, this is a bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh." Her love started right from there and has created the longest institution called marriage. Love is our whole existence of being. Okay, it moves into everything. Synonyms that can describe love can be pleasure, it can be an interest, it can be fulfillment, it can be happiness. All these are in love. So love is what actually makes our whole being move. All right? And then we realize that medically, when we talk about love, the brain has a lot to do with it, even more than the heart. I mean, outside we tend to think that love is more of the heart, but the brain processes it more.
Yeah.
Okay? And then there are neurotransmitters, things that the brain works with, like dopamine and oxytocin. These are neurotransmitters that will take messages to the brain, and they work best when the body is receiving love. When you feel good, when you are with somebody who cares about you, when you're in a relationship that you feel that around 7 p.m., I'll get somebody who will call and check up on me. These hormones and these neurotransmitters get alive.
Right.
And it shows you, you're telling you that it shows on your face. Anybody sees you, eating that peace of mind with somebody you love.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolute sense now. Absolute sense. And if the reason happens, it's irrefutable. You have anything for him?
Sure.
You know, love, say that, okay, I mean, when you are married, it's not just about love. There are so many things that come into play. You get it. So, let's say naturally, this person don't care in a way, or whatever love you show to the person is like, oh, okay, yes, I've seen it before, you know. So it's just like a normal thing to the person. There are people like that who feel like, okay, you are giving them love, but for them it's just like, oh, it's one of those things. Or you get it. For people like that, how best can, you know, love come in to help them so that at least we don't see the other side? Because you see them always look like they're good, but they're not just good. You get it? Like healthy-wise, they're not good. They may act good, but they're not good.
Well said, Kojo. That's a very important question. I call that the scars of love. All right? When love does not fully get into its nice, matured form. There are so many people walking out with scars. They are being wounded in their love. And then it actually starts from growing up. Okay? You mentioned people in history that we have come to say that these are very wicked and bad people, like Hitler. But if you go down into their family, their race, now you realize that they had wounds, they had things that imprinted on their minds with hate, and they got scarred, and that they have carried it along. Even those people have the opportunity to experience real love. No matter the state in which you grew up, you saw all these poison beings thrown at you, you still have the opportunity to unlock some part of yourself for you to experience what true love can do. And many people give themselves that opportunity, and they are enjoying that. Barack Obama once said that he had a big hole with who his father was in his life. That means that he didn't experience that fatherly love. But he said he gave society the opportunity to give him that love. So for him, when people were paying delegation to him, when people were giving him when people were giving him the awards, and he saw it like a father being proud of him. And that replaced what he lost. So whoever you see out there that is toughing, feel like there's nothing called true love, in quotes, still has that part of him or her that can unlock and experience true love.
Right. Now, what to find out how does love affect your cortisol level in the body as related to stress and all of that?
All right. So stress is really a marker for a lot of things in the body. Stress actually will cause chronic diseases like hypertension. Stress can increase your diabetes and can do a whole lot of things. But Miriam, the necessary and interesting thing about stress is that it can be physical or emotional. Now, the silent killer is the emotional stress.
Yeah.
That can really do your body a lot of damage. All right. So let me put this out there. Which country has the highest life expectancy? That is Japan. They can live up to 84 years. Now, US, which a country that spends more than Japan on their health, rather have a life expectancy of 77 years. So there was an interesting research that the US did that. Why is Japan making it? Then they realized that, yes, they eat well, but the other point was that there was low levels of divorce in Japan. Meaning that people are able to get that love, that affection in marriage, go up to the end before they die. and that was increasing their quality of life. Do you get it? So stress will come down to the lowest minimum when somebody is experiencing love. Okay, and in this case, love in so many it can be family, it can be society giving you love. But of course, I must say that the biggest love, which actually causes all these hormones to come alive in its own self, that is the romantic love.
You know how people say that, you know what, I have my family with me. I have my brothers and sisters always supporting me. But the kind of love I am looking for is not that kind of love. So I have people around me, but I still am stressed out. I still feel alone. I still feel lonely. And it's always, weighing down on me as though, I don't have anybody. I mean, how do you manage situations like this?
So with that one, Miriam, I mean, you see, you only can tell us the deep in-depth of who Miriam is. And Miriam will want somebody to share that life with. And that can be no other person than somebody that you want to say yes to be in a romantic relationship with. So I want to put it out there. The love that we receive from our family can never in any way replace the romantic love.
Yeah.
Everybody needs an individual whom you can open up your whole being to, who will understand you. He knows that exactly at this point, this person needs a chill drink. Exactly at this point, I need to call this person. Exactly at this point, I need to stop somebody from infringing on their privacy. You need that support, that trust. Okay?
Yeah.
So that person needs to be aware that there is another part of love that he or she needs to experience.
And it's very funny. Sometimes when you're around that person, you're not even hungry. Like, you don't want to eat. You're Jay can attest to it.
Miriam,
Let's talk about...
Don't take me there.
So medically, they'll say that, listen, once your immune system is boosted, is great. There's so many very deadly diseases that can get into the body, but your immune system will fight it. So let's talk about how love can boost your immune system.
Sure. The immune system is very wonderful and also responds to our state of being. The hormones I talked about, dopamine and oxytocin, we call them the feel-good hormones. All right? These hormones play a role in even our sleep. All right? So when the body is able to get enough sleep, the immune system likes it because it is only during sleep that we make new brain cells, all right, to replace dead ones. Sleep does a whole lot of things to the body, resets the body very well. Okay? So when somebody feels good, feels loved, feels accepted with an individual in a society, in a family, these markers are there. That helps their overall being to be very up there. And they can really fight any infection that comes to them. So if I've realized, anybody who comes to the hospital with broken hearts is very likely to have other diseases.
Wow.
All right, the person will tell you that I have this flu. Normally, this cough should have gone away, but doctor, I'm really facing it, and a whole lot of funny symptoms. So that is that's what happens to the immune system when you don't have love.
Okay, I want us to move away from although you've mentioned that the most part of love that would be able to, resonate with us in terms of our health and is the romantic side. Let's move away from the romantic side, because let's say somebody has gotten the broken heart before and doesn't even want to hear about anything romance. So let's say friends and family and loved ones who are around the person. What are some of the practical things that these people could administer to the person involved so that at least the person can be healthy at the end of the day?
Thank you, Kojo. For each love that somebody is receiving, there is a work. So I want to put out there, love is work. The person is receiving an attention. He or she is receiving that care, that recognition. So when there is a broken heart, the person feels that, this is the end of the road. What we as a support system can come together to help the person is to actually allow the person for once to have that feeling that, oh no, actually I can also receive these same things. Okay? So we give an option, we give a substitute. All right. So we bring in games, for men. And he has to keep himself, working and also enjoy life. Whereas the ladies, they go out to their fellow ladies and they don't talk about things that the person was actually doing in the other relationship. So you bring in very wonderful substitute that can replace these things that the person was receiving. And it shows even in the hospital. When somebody is bedridden with a disease, I just sat there in my ward one time and I realized that the people who are receiving visitors most of the time, are having a high level of recovery than those who, they are in a way abandoned by their families. It shows you how love works. Yeah.
I see. Wow, interesting. And
but that's a very good studies, though.
Yeah.
And so if you have loved ones out there, and Jay was saying earlier that, when someone goes into coma, right, they always say that, listen, sit around them, say things to them that, they loved or, were interested in, just have conversations with them. That will help retain them, or that would help bring them back. It will make their recovery a bit more faster than it's supposed to be. And so it's important all around, and I love that you brought that up, because again, we're talking a lot about the romantic bits, but there's also the bit where we have people around us who show us continually that they're there for us. Jay?
So, is there any scientific evidence that being in a love relationship can increase, the life expectancy? You did touch on it a bit, but that's with reference to countries. You get it. But let's bring it, or let's minimize it. Not just countries, but let's just bring it down to, let's say, community or even a family itself. Yes. Sure. And let's break it down to Ghana. Let's not take the Japan or the Americans or whatnot. In Africa, in Ghana, what is it looking like?
All right. Anyway, our life expectancy in Ghana is 64.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Our quality of life... yes, that's...
Did you just say... No, wait, did you just say 64? Wow.
64, yes.
God says he'll give us 77. So we know they catch that level safe. Wow.
So let me see, there's a lot of work to be done. And when you're here, you have to take good care of yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, let's get it.
So this discussion is more even important for those of us in Ghana, because we need a lot of love to be able to. So let me get into the science of that. Love increases your age expectancy. Life becomes better with love, and it increases and prolongs it. A very simple way we can look at that. When you are even getting married, they will tell you that if you find a wrong partner, you will die early. Normally, they'll tell you that. The medical, consequences of that is, you see, these hormones, the neurotransmitters that I talked about, that is the feel-good hormones that comes alive when somebody is receiving love. They work best and increase the body's metabolism and rate of working, able to fight infection. That is what helps you to get over the years. With all the diseases that comes by, you get me? So it is very important that we find the right love and then fill these hormones to their maximum effect. For example, let me tell you this. Do you know that the amount of energy that you would need to actually front your face, make a still face, go out there and speak your mind to somebody, is way, way higher than to actually smile? You get it?
Yeah.
So what it means is that the very things that actually happens when there is no love takes a whole lot of strain on the human body. You need a lot of energy, and by so doing, you are wearing off. So if you have realized, people who do not have this much love, they are not happy in their marriages, they tend to age faster. You want to say, wait, just when you need to do, but you sometimes meet a couple, and you will be surprised with the age of the woman. And even the man, and you realize that, and basically they will tell you that, well, I am living well, my wife is good, my husband is treating me well, I have that peace of mind. So it works, it really works.
Joke Silva from Nigeria, Olu Jacob's wife. People at some point, people were asking, how old is this woman? monopoly again, and I'm saying Nigeria because a lot of the couples that we're looking up to are mostly Nigeria. I don't know which Ghanaian couple I'd say have grown to a point where, and they are in the limelight that we like what we see. Monopoly is over 50. But she looks so young. And the other day I saw a video of she and her husband talking about what makes a marriage work. And I'm like, this man is so in this marriage. You know, they're in a marriage together, working it together so much so that they're busy being younger.
Yeah.
So you're right on that bit. I'm just trying to buttress that point that you made. Now let's come back to how we can work these things, right? As a medical doctor, someone walks into your office, or as a clinician, someone walks into your office and is talking about how marriage is stressing them. But then you, knowing what you know, knows that they need better to live a healthy life. Where do we start from as a people? Again, where our life expectancy is not good. So how do we work around these things to at least lift it up a little bit, you know, give ourselves a better life?
Thank you very much, Miriam. It starts from now. And the earlier, the better. Losing up. Give yourself the chance to be loved. Not all human beings in this world are the same. We are different. If you went through something, an ordeal that didn't help you, be optimistic. The next one will be good. Let's take lessons of love. Love leaves its own lessons. Okay? So something that you know does not work for me, you have to put it as a marker that I'm not looking for it in this individual. Make your points clear that I am so and so. I love to have fun. I want you to be there. My love language is quality time. Please, will you get that time for me? So be intentional about the relationship we go into. Let's take our time and be intentional. All right? And then for anybody out there, you are in a relationship that is taking a whole toll on you. I mentioned that you are using a lot of energy. If you are unhappy, you are actually taking yourself away from society, you are actually decreasing your quality of life. I'm telling you that a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. You have the chance to walk out from any relationship that is abusive, any relationship that you think will not help you. And then give yourself that chance to be alive. That will give you will increase your life expectancy, and we'll have very normal and wonderful people working out there.
Absolutely. Now let's go back a little because I love that you raised the point of give yourself the chance to be loved. We've also heard recently on social media everywhere talking about self-love. Love yourself a little bit more. And others interpreting that as being selfish. Because a lot of people do not fully understand or grasp the conversation on self-love, that they become so selfish, self-centered, pushing people away, creating all these walls. How do we clearly self-love for ourselves? Now, for individuals, how do you think that self-love achieves the same purpose as being loved by another person?
Okay, well, with love and the effects of love, self-love has its own way it can do, and then the love you receive from your partner has its own effect that it can. I mean, you cannot replace what self-love can do with the love you receive from your partner. In any case, when love is consummate, when love is at its complete end, operating at its best, we call it is reciprocal. What I give is actually being given out. So that is the beauty of love. But it is also fueled by self-love. You need to actually love yourself before you can give out love. It works hand in hand. Okay, so whilst the goal is that I will receive love from a partner, I will be happy with this family. The main thing is that you also must believe that as an individual, I am so much worthy enough to receive greetings every morning. Other than that, if you don't have that self-love for yourself, then if somebody says, oh, you are very beautiful, how are you doing this morning? You will not appreciate that. So that is where self-love comes in. It gives you the foundation of which the kind of love that you should receive. All right? So it is very important, I mean, that we love ourselves. We get to see that we are worth. I mean, it's a lot. We are worth the care. We are worth the recognition, and that we cannot be treated anyhow.
Thank you so much for that.
I mean, when it comes to the bond in a relationship, what are some of the things pertaining to, getting our health well placed, especially when it comes to the bond? Let's get practical a bit, Doc. What are some of the activities you would want to recommend for people in a romantic, discourse or in a romantic situation to be doing to help? Because I do know you find some couples, okay, one is a bodybuilder, so the other maybe is not really into that, but you find the other, the partner trying to support the bodybuilder, and they all go to the gym, for instance. You get it. But are there any recommendations that you would give that are also in line scientifically with, getting healthy or being in a healthy shape?
Bonding is very special, Kojo, and it is actually what makes you get to realize that love is really working. Okay, and it's interesting that medically, when a mother is away from the baby and the baby starts crying, the mother feels it in her breast.
Yeah, true.
It even causes more, breast milk to be produced. That is how wonderful some of these bonds can be. Again, when we actually take a baby from the womb of a mother, we normally put her back on the mother's womb, or let's say stomach, so that the baby feels that warmth, that care. Okay. Again, so bonding is special. There are three things that happens in bonding or in love that will lead to bonding. One is there must be attraction, the desire, and three, it ends in attachment. It is that attachment that the bonding comes in. But before then, there must be attraction and there must be desire. You fill this up by outings. All right. You were asking for practical examples, so they can be outings to a very nice place that the person likes. People don't like a lot of noise in a particular outing, so you have to know your partner very well. Hugging, being close to each other increases your oxytocin and your dopamine levels. It makes you feel good. It brings that attachment. Okay, so I will encourage hugging a lot. Okay, and then in this case, communication is actually losing its value. Most people hide on WhatsApp and then they chat a lot. Gone with the days. There's this free night calls and all that. Let's bring those things back. It is different than the chats. All right, and that also helps for us to build. So we need to talk more. Okay, so all these are practical things: outings, hugging, talking, keeping the interaction, communication. This helps for the bonding to become complete.
Sawati, so if chopping love, allow us to chop love. Because it's
you're
for our well-being.
You're oppressing me.
It's for our well-being.
You're oppressing me.
Doc says chop love. Chop the love.
But Doc, Jay and his wife, it's dangerous.
No, chop the love. You need to chop the love.
These people, they
chop
can
love.
Oppress single people.
It's not about oppressing. We don't oppress it. We chopping love.
Chopping love.
Sorry for chopping love.
You made me proud. You make me proud.
That's right.
So, Doc, finally, again, we're encouraging people to be a bit more connected. If you have agreed to be in a relationship with someone, what are you doing apart? And those people that like to text, it's not the same. Doc is telling you, it doesn't feed or arouse the dopamine as much as it should, right? As much as you need as an individual. And so please, we have a long week coming up. More. So find, ways and means to find your lover and be hugging them a bit more. Now, for people who are single in this season, wow.
Yeah.
That laughter.
Yeah.
For people who are single in this season, who would need a bit more, because again, anxiety, arises in these seasons. Like if it's Christmas and people are doing stuff with their husbands, anxiety, I'm anxious. Hey, when God, when? The people who are going to be asking God when, what would you recommend for them? Because we've recommended for couples to be able to beef up, their relationships to make it better. But for single people who are looking forward to being in a relationship, but this season is also going to bring a little bit more into faces into their hearts, especially if the person has themselves enough. Because I think somewhere last year, I'm going to post a picture. I've never posted a picture. I went on a date. I went on a solo date. It's a beautiful one. I actually saw people walk in, and I found it really funny because some of them walked in, and the girl would look so tense. It's like, why do you come up with someone you don't like? Because you could see it on their faces. But I had a good time just by myself. People are not able to do this. What would you recommend for single people in this season?
Well, single people deserves to love themselves. I mean, take yourself out. There's self-outing. Come on, for Christ's sake, go out there. Go and sit somewhere, have a drink, enjoy a movie to yourself, all right? And you see, there is this beautiful thing. When you begin to give yourself these treatments, they actually love cycle. It's what you give it and it feels good, it wants it again. And but there is a gentleman out there, there is a sister out there to actually give you what you want. Okay? Yeah. But if you should actually fold up, then you basically you are not in expectation of what needs to be done for the body. All right. It's good to be also, I mean, let's appreciate the singleness. I mean, the singlehood that you are also in. I mean, we all cannot be in a relationship at a time. There will definitely be some who will definitely need to learn the couples and all that. So take that as also a transition stage and do your best to equip yourself. Read a lot of books, fill yourself with the right information, okay? And just know that hopefully by next February 2026, you will also be enjoying life.
That's right. I love that positive energy. So don't lose hope. Okay? Just take yourself out. Hey, people are laughing at me. God.
Oh boy.
Take yourself out. Have a good time. You know, because I did that. I'm telling you, I'll show you the pictures. And I'm going to post them today. For those who think they can oppress me.
No, but it's good. It's good. It's
no,
good.
I take myself out. Once I feel like, you know, it's that season and I will go out. But do something nice. And I think it's exciting that you talk about enjoying your singleness because that's the only time you have time to yourself. When God gives you that man and that family, you will not be able to do the single things you're doing now. Drive yourself out.
Maximize your singlehood. It's called maximizing your singlehood. So maximize your singlehood as much as you can. Because,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Doc, thank you so much for joining us for this conversation. We would have loved that you joined us in the studios, but we love that we did this online with you, and thank you so much. How do we connect with you if we want to come for some checkouts? Because one thing I'll also recommend that Valentine's Day, if you don't have anything to do, it's also very awesome.
Sure.
So how do we connect
with you? Me on number is 050-634-887. I work with Taifa Polyclinic and Meditech Technologies. You can give me a call. You say you're looking for Dr. Boateng, book an appointment. Let's have a chat. And let's talk about yourself, about your well-being, and also about love.
Thank you so much, Dr. Emmanuel K, for joining us online today. So we're talking about the benefits, health benefits of falling in love or loving your life, and he helped us go through that. He actually covered the entire conversation. Thank you so much. This was very helpful, especially for my ladies out there who do not know what to do with themselves this season. And I've also said that one of the things that you would want to do with your partner is go check up. If the plan is to, you know, if you have futuristic plans for this relationship, you didn't know your health status, whatever, you know, whatever aspect matters to you is very important. So just do that as go check. We're going to a quick commercial break. When we return, the plug is on right here on the AM Club. We'll be right back.
Shopping just got easier, better, and smarter. 80 in store Your trusted go-to shopping destination in Ghana. It's live online. Experience the same trusted in-store excellence from the comfort of your home. From fashion to lifestyle essentials, we've redefined shopping to suit your lifestyle. Simply visit www.onlinestore.azgroupgh.com. Browse, click, and enjoy seamless shopping anytime, anywhere.
The offers get even 10% discount on first order, free delivery. Note that you can pay on Momo and Visa. A to Z department store, lifestyle redefined.
Hello, people. Quick question for you. Have you ever used a mobile app or a digital platform to pay for goods, send money, or manage your finance? You know those super convenient tools that make life a lot easier? Of course you have. I mean, who has? Well, it's time to show some to those fintech innovators who keep us moving forward. Therefore, the 4th Ghana Fintech Awards is here, and the stage is officially live. If you're a customer of a fintech company or a bank, this is the moment to make your voice count. Vote for your favorite nominee and help them get the recognition they deserve. How? Don't worry, got you. It's super easy. First, just download the code you see on your screen on all mobile networks or on the website at www.ghanafintech.awards.org and click the vote tab. Next, follow the prompts, enter your favorite nominee's code, and voila! You casted your vote. Remember, every vote counts. Let's make it loud. And let's make it fin. Do you also want to join us at the event or become a sponsor? We'd love to hear from you. Call 838-5685 or email us at christina@ghanafintech.awards.org. Celebration of innovation, creativity, and excellence in fintech. What does make it big for the innovators driving Ghana's digital economy forward? Because it's going to be an electrifying celebration. See you there.
Cheers to the lingering taste and do your Beverage Awards is back to reward and recognize outstanding beverage, and the power is in Beverage 2025. Word in part Ghana Beverage Awards, inspiring excellence in Ghana's beverage industry.
Wait tell them. Special dedication to Cripple Jesus.
Promises to no sense.
Sorry.
Man, what did me? I lost my friends.
Let's go.
Come on. And the pressure. Follow back.
as a part of our group. One of the times we feature on 9,010 laughs. Fluid, right? Called him. So speak to my manager. Where?
Patience is a virtue. Always to fight another day.
We musicians, one thing we like do, we know how business part.
Me right now saying about market. Like
the people I was looking up to, these two boys called famous people. Their work looked like they had. They were 17, 20 people.
Long live high school clique. We are more than
Don't go nowhere, silly.
To the salvation of the soul. Things in circumstances that people see, but as life meant serving Christ.
EGC presents the Kingdom Culture. Sunday at 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Watching MX24 TV, and this your boy Perez Music. Ciao!
Hi guys, how you doing? This your boy MX24. It's fun. It's fearless. And it's factual.
What's up, everyone? My name is Adina Thembi, and you're watching MX24. We are fun, fearless, and factual. Get it right.
What's up? My name is Akwabwa, and you guys are watching MX24. Keep watching. I love you.
They say the portion they gave me was unknown. What I will become was never ever told. Now you're watching the beast in me unfold. I'm immortal. Dracula untold. What's up, people? This is your rap goddess, Emmanuel Baroni, and you watching MX24. Keep watching it. One tear say, dead it.
Your songbird Jackie, keep watching MX24.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Last Minute. You watching MX24.
You know what it is upon our marriage. Yeah, best I got to big shout out to MX24. Keep watching. It's upon our Malians.
Yo, what up? What's up? This be Quasi out there, and keep watching MX24. Keep it locked. D-da-day.
Drink in my hand, I'm vibing. Uber waiting outside. I don't care, I'm still in my towel, dancing in my towel. Hey guys, it's me, your one and only Davi Diva, Black Star Barbie, Feli Nuna, and you're watching X24. Don't go nowhere, cause Davi Diva Ejeleme says so. Mwah.
you think you're a mess, mine. 'Cause it's time. We conquered the we're Africans in Africa, it's time. No more time with the guns. Rising with the gang. Blood spilled on the road, but still we stand. Let us church what we have seen. Reason for our state of being. I see a king, I see a queen. We are standing with a helper, but we now is a helper. Interfering with a they have mimicked, they have mocked us, they stole us of our names and all our options. We're trying to find another way to run away. Yeah, we find another way. It is this grace that we know. Rising, we are standing with a helper, but we need now is a helper. Interfering with culture. They have mimicked, they have mocked us, they stole us and they robbed us of and all our options. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now take me away, let me go to a better place. But this is no disgrace, no matter what, we're gonna stay. We're fighting our demon to battling with the disgrace. No cracking in even you're turning gray. Hands lifted in the sky, our dreams are null and gratulate. They have to see what we have to offer. We refuse to be slaves to the land that we're free from. Black, we are spotless, we are clean, immaculate. Women, men, and children, we are rising from the grave. Let them know our power, let them know we aren't slaves. Mercy from the Father, cause we don't want to be late. We're taking up our crosses, trading cross for what He gave. They're looking at our skin and thinking we're not what He made. But they don't know where from all of the things originate. We're waking up as Africans, we're serving them our plates. When you think you're a mess, just remember mine. Cause it's time, just look at the signs. Black man, black boy, man, alright. Black skin manufactured with light. His nature, all in his eyes. We'll see what we can if we try. We conquer the and then we conquer, we fight. We're Africans in Africa. You're a mess, just remember your mind. Cause it's time, just look at the signs. Black man rise, black boy, man arise. Black skin manufactured with light. Embodied with his nature, his style, and his eyes. We'll see what we can if we try. We conquer the and then we conquer, we fight. We're Africans, we in Africa, it's time. Ooh, oh, oh. We're Africans in Africa, it's time. We're Africans in Africa, it's time. Yeah, we're Africans in Africa, it's time. It's time. Ooh, we're Africans in Africa, it's time. Africans in Africa, it's time. It's time, it's time, it's time.
And it, yeah.
But this is kind of different though.
It's beautiful.
When I heard
this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I needed to give that line.
When I love songs, I was like, okay, cool. But when I said, yeah, you see, you
Black men rise, black
men rise. Black skin manufactured with light.
Wow. Black skin manufactured with light.
Yes.
All about self-love, buddy. Yeah, honey, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
No, I absolutely love it.
Piece.
Yeah.
I obviously am going to start the conversation with your look. You knew I was going to do that.
Well,
somehow.
Maybe.
your look is very unique. It's giving nerdy. Was that the idea?
No, I just happen to be very fashionable, I guess.
Yes, you
are. Thank you. I just implement fashion, great fashion, in everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I happen to.
And in every sense of it, because this is not your usual stereotypical high school Barbie look, but then it's giving class, it's giving decency, and then it's giving different. I love it.
Thank you.
Natural.
Yes.
Okay. Wow me a bit more, girl, so that we can continue. You know, I was actually, and let me confess, I was actually going to say, oh, you know, Jay, do this interview because it's a lady. Then my producer told me that is a female rapper. I think you want to do this because I see how you support women and stuff, and I think you should be on this interview. So here we are doing it. How long have you been doing music?
I wrote my first song at the age of 7. Both my parents are musicians, so I've known music my entire life, and yes, I've just been writing music since 7.
Right.
And in middle school JHS, I had 4 albums from JHS to JHS 3.
4 albums.
4
Yeah,
albums.
4 albums. I was just writing because that's what I knew. So
writing and recording.
Not recording,
but just writing.
But you're writing.
So yeah, I was just.
Now you're ready to record all these songs?
They are not.
Those songs ready for the market.
No, those songs were. Right now I make kingdom music, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to Commander L and the Kingdom Ambassadors. That's my Christian family.
Okay.
And they helped me find my purpose in music, and I'm so grateful for them because those songs I wrote were just, senseless.
When you say you do kingdom music, please, what kingdom are we talking about?
The Kingdom of God.
Kingdom of God. So you're a Jesus baby.
Yeah, I'm a Jesus girl.
There we go. Okay. New recruit.
Wow.
All right. So it's still we're in the urban music category.
Yes.
First of all, I'm going to be congratulating all of them that I meet on this platform. Congratulations for your inclusion and the TGMAs. So very soon we could be seeing you nominated in that category.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Amen.
Well, okay, so since 7, you've been writing music. So I then can say that you write your own songs.
Yes, I do.
And this one you just did. What's it called?
Africa Rising.
Africa Rising. So again, you're trying to sing a song for the continent.
Yes, this song was inspired by an Africa Rising project my pastor found, Commander L.
Okay.
It's called the Africa Rising Project, and it's to help the people of Africa find their gifts. It's to inspire them to find their gifts and their purpose and to use it in a good way. So
wonderful.
And it's inspired the song Africa Rising, and I wrote it. And
it's a beautiful piece. Trust me, it's a very, very beautiful piece.
Okay, so for the fact that you're doing kingdom music, would you categorize yourself into the urban space, or would you say you just, liberate yourself doing the traditional gospel music?
I will call it urban music. I'm also very alternative.
Okay.
So what I do is I create Christian music from the Word of God, straight from God, and then
downloaded fresh from above.
Fresh from above. He's the source. He's the source of my music.
Okay, wow.
So that's what I do, and then I categorize them into different genres. So I sing jazz, R&B, I rap, soul. I'm thinking of, I do Afrobeats as well. Thinking of doing high life. I'm thinking of exploring other genres, but in the Christian
way.
Yeah, in a Christian way.
Fantastic. And are you open to perform in churches, or you are confined to just yours?
Oh no. When God asks me to move, I will.
Okay, but for now it's just about okay.
As a woman in music and also urban gospel, because we don't see a lot of women in urban gospel way, I want to say that. And so you are one of the very few women in urban gospel. Who else can we add to that? We don't have. So you're probably one of the very few that is known to be doing this. How difficult is it to get the kind of recognition that you deserve?
I wouldn't, personally, I wouldn't say I would focus a lot on recognition. My goal is to be impactful and not popular. So I choose impact over popularity. That's my goal. So yeah, I just want to impact people, no matter I just hope it's a lot of people I'm able to, but I don't really like focus on how popular or the recognition I am going to get. So, yeah.
I mean, the first one would say that you're an introvert. I must say.
I
wouldn't say that either.
In between.
You're in between.
Yeah,
you can be an extrovert when you want to.
Yes.
I love that. That diversity is good for a creative. So tell me what you have done so far, the kind of your projects you've worked on and how we can get them.
Okay, so I have just one song out, which is Africa Rise, and it's on Spotify. Soon it will be on Apple Music as well, because my friends keep,
asking
worrying me about it. So yeah, it's on Apple Music as well. Right now, I have loads of songs I am going to release soon. Yeah, I have loads of songs, and I've just been writing and recording, and I'm even recording this week. So I'm just doing that, and hopefully.
Why do I have a feeling that she's just putting everything in the box, and when it's about to explode, we can't.
We'll not be ready for it.
Yeah, we will just not.
A lot of prayer is going on behind the scenes and getting it ready, cooking.
We love it.
You're cooking.
We love it.
So we want to be part of this dish that you're going to be serving us. Okay, so your social media platforms, how we can connect with you and see what you're up to.
Okay, so on every social media platform is Shezzy is African.
Okay.
Yeah, so on TikTok, Shezzy is African. Instagram.
What does the Shezzy stand for?
Sharon? No, my name is Shinaza.
Shinaza, okay.
Shinaza.
Yeah, so, and I think JHS1, I was like, I need a nickname.
Yeah,
you
coined
do.
it out. And gave it Shezzy.
You do need a nickname. I just didn't have one in school. I didn't have one, strangely.
Yesterday I gave you one.
What was that?
Oh, you didn't watch my status.
Oh no.
Okay, all right. Cool. I'll tell you later. Anyways,
oh my God.
Right now, let's not
so Shezzy is African on all social media platforms. Your new projects, do you have timelines to it where we can get them and when they're going to be ready and how we can get them?
Very soon. Yeah.
So we just follow you?
Yeah, just follow me.
Very soon. I like that.
Shezzy is going to give us another performance, and this one will not be African Rise. It's going to be something Kingdom.
Yes.
Some of the songs that we should be expecting. Would you come up with an EP first, an album, or an album and then an EP?
I think I'll just be releasing singles
for now.
And then when the Spirit leads, I'll...
I love that because again, we've talked about the Christian fraternity, that it's not led by contracts, individuals, or plans. It's led wholly by the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
You need to be led to do these things.
Exactly.
And I see you doing that.
He needs to let you know that you're dropping it this time, you're dropping it this time and all that. And thank you so much for your obedience though.
Thank
some
you
people
too.
will just run over that.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm in a hurry. Especially with the fact that you are writing, you're like...
And you're gifted like this.
Can't this thing just go out,
Exactly.
I know she has times like that, but thank you so much for your obedience. And we know that at the right time, led by the Holy Spirit, we'll also be excited to embrace it when it comes out.
We're happy to do this with you, and we wish you all the very best. Thank you so much for gracing our set with your wonderful self. I have actually enjoyed myself. I'm going to sit down and enjoy the next song you're going to give to us. So that's Shezzy. My name is social media platform.
My name is February, okay? So please, 30% off. This is from MX24 to all our clients out there, and for potential clients, and for all of those who want to come and advertise with us. This is the best platform to advertise, all right? So come 30% off. Now, please come through. So for all the promo packages and interviews on MX24 Network, MX24 TV, MX24 Socials, MX24Online.com from the 1st to the 28th. Today's the 5th.
Yes.
So we've already done 5 days.
Yes.
You've missed out. Today's the 6th.
Today's the 6th. Oh yeah, today's the 6th.
Yeah. I thought, Charlie, come back. Anyways, yeah, so please, all you have to do, call the numbers on your screens right now. The flyer is on your screens right now. So 059-229-2746. 059-229-2746. 28th, bang, bang. 30%. Yeah, we know we'll give you again. This is our way of showing love to you, all right?
Yeah.
All right. So We leave you in the capable hands of Shezzy. You know what? Give us a follow at MX24GH across.
Looking for the kingdom like they're looking for the fathers. They compare my king by ease like no others. Some are really mad that they are not seeing the father. Tell me, have you read the Bible? Go and read. I love the sadder, and I'm seeing younger people walking in the fire. Can stop that they were born not to return. But prophecies awaited the Messiah. It was so that she may have wanted to be using all the evil. She's looking up at God and he's just looking back. Really want power to people. Every on the mind, he knows the young boy, that young girl is a hero. It's a mighty vessel born to represent the people. She's a mighty vessel born to represent the people. Let's go to the club, but no, we tell him no can do. I'm watching the wall, I'm gonna put in my cambo. Inscribing the scriptures in my mind like a tattoo. We forgot a mission, gotta add it to your to-do list. Yeah. And I remember my shackles, I followed the Lord, and they all ended the broken. And just like a massage, I felt his hand on my shoulders like, where the kingdom at when the world is like this? Where the army at when we gotta fight this? Where the kingdom at when the world is like this? Where the army at when we gotta fight this? Yeah, yeah. See, they're trying to make us fall, let us embrace the war. You should go in and talk. No, we're gonna take it to kingdom minded to remain in the earthly thoughts. Which one of us is here? Which one of us is near? Why are you even here? You in the ordinary, born to be sweet. When you pray, it is you what the devil fears. See, they're trying to make us fall, let us embrace the war. You should go in and all, not of the world, but you know we're gonna take it all to kingdom minded to remain in the earthly thoughts. Which one of us is here? Which one of us is near? Why are you even here? You in the ordinary, born to be switching gears. When you pray, it is you what the devil fears. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Where the kingdom at when the world is like this? Where the army at when we gotta fight this?